Yeah, Israel, no doubt. We are back again. Um, let's have some fun. I know that sounds crazy as hell in this captivity, but we can take a little time out to have what we consider to be some fun. And having some fun is to for me is to discuss the testimony of the slaves. You and me and all these other niggas. Homeborn slaves. Uh Niggas on slave ships was the fathers revisiting sins of the fathers to the third and fourth generation. That's what these niggas who got on these ships were. Cause I know that all of these niggas who got on them ships, they must have felt how they must have felt so confused about things that must have been. I know they were just feeling like, oh wow, this fucking crackers got us over here and tying us down to the bottom of these slave ships and taking us across the water. And I know they had no idea why this was happening. And especially speak to the young people that were taken into captivity. They must have not known anything as to why these things were happening. Think of how lonely they felt, how overcome they had felt because they didn't know their Elohim. They did, but they didn't. They wasn't doing what the fuck he said do. He said keep all of these commandments, and they ain't do it. And let me tell you something else too. All of you brothers and sisters who come into the truth, call me up all the time. First thing out your mouth is talking about the goddamn law, which no man keeps. The Heavenly Father told us to keep all His commandments if we want to live. Deuteronomy 8 and 1. So figure out something to do with else with your time. Like learn the testimony. Because you're not no law keepers. Because these niggas were taken from their land, uh, um, transported to another land, which ultimately became the land of their captivity, and delivered unto a strange people, a strange land, to where we still dwell at this day. I know all these niggas out here swear this is playtime and this is a great place to be, and they swear United States of America is some great fucking kingdom and all of that. I just say the misunderstanding is due to ignorance. They are ignorant of the law. They are ignorant of the scriptures. They have no way of knowing what the truth is. So we reach out to all our brothers and sisters every day, all the time, trying to enlighten them. I was just talking to a brother at the watch shop and trying to tell him we were Hebrews. This nigga want to talk to me about coronavirus. I said, bruh, you can't affirm that there's some damn coronavirus and that niggas are dying. But I just said, okay, we just agreed to disagree and went on about our business. All right. Now the Father in Deuteronomy 5:9. Let's go there right quick. To get some insight on these niggas that came over on these ships, what it could have been attributed to. Deuteronomy 5:9. Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord Yahweh thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Deuteronomy 5:9. The Father said he's going to visit the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate him. So I'm thinking on that, and I'm saying to myself, that may definitely explain how he went about his selection of who in Israel would actually start this captivity off. Who would be those brothers and sisters that would have been tied to the bows of those ships in chains and filth and shit and all of that and brought over here to the land of their captivity. The father could have been doing that because of the iniquity of their fathers. And he visited them upon the children to the third and fourth generation. So let's say some brothers and sisters got over here in 1600s. 3 or 4 generations later, the father still could have been visiting the iniquity of those men to the third and fourth generation. That would easily have explained how they were selected to be of the generation of niggas that were on those slave ships. You see that? Because the testimony is very explicit in pronouncing this evil that the Father distributed unto Israel. And I'm going over with you all the prospect of those brothers and sisters who were selected to be on those ships. Why that might have been. They may have been paying for the sins of their fathers unto the third and fourth generation. That'll easily take care of 60 to 80 years or something like that. 100 years. So I just wanted to discuss this with you and open the prospect, place before you the prospect of this being the reason why some of our brothers and sisters were selected to be on those ships. Because I've often thought, well, I wonder why wasn't I on a slave ship? Or why weren't you? Our fathers, the father said he was going to visit our father's iniquity to the third and fourth generation. So wherever we were before coming over on slave ships could have easily accounted for why he did choose and select unto the third and fourth generation thereafter brothers and sisters to be on slave ships. When they get off, sold unto their enemies for slave men and slave women, and brutally hammered by this goddamn white man. All right? Now hit me up if you all want to discuss this. We can have more of a group lesson, and we can all give our understanding to the rest of Israel of how this may be the case. Deuteronomy 5 and 9. All right? 313-588-1423. 313-588-1423. Hit me up, Israel. No doubt.